I'm not your prisoner. What's all that junk?
We're not setting up court here. Do us good to live like peasants for a while. Bread and cheese and wine. A clean, hard life. The way I lived on those first campaigns. Out.
Count Bertrand. Soldier and diplomat.
An iron fist and a clever brain. If you're fond of life, gentlemen, if you value breathing, touching, taste of an apple, scent of a woman, you had better put those talents to work. The Pope considered me despicable. He crossed the Alps to anoint me. The King of Austria called me a Corsican gutter rat and gave me his daughter for a bride. Anyone can make use of a friend. The trick is to use one's enemies.
Do I look as though I need a physician?
You look healthy enough.
I don't believe in doctors. Never met one who wasn't a fool.
I'm sure.
A fraud and a liar.
Very likely.
Greedy. Greedy as any little whore on the boulevard.
No doubt.
I'd have to be mad to trust myself to someone who's both a doctor and an Englishman.
I happen to be Irish.
And what precisely is the difference?
We're rebels by nature.
Splendid. So am I. You don't know the first thing about reality. It's seldom clean and it's never simple. He does as his own business. By the age of 20, every man should be his own father. I have nothing against spies.
What's the capital of France?
Paris.
Italy.
Rome.
Russia.
Petersburg, formerly Moscow.
Who burned Moscow?
I don't know.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Don't lie to me. Yes, you know. I burned Moscow.
I thought the Russians burned it to get rid of the French.
Have a bonbon. I'm never at home in a place until I've looked at a map of it. Unfortunately, I haven't one. It takes time to love. I never had the time. I was just remembering. One of those boring dinners at Versailles. The reception for the King of Denmark.
That face. And those little pouches. You look like a squirrel.
With false teeth that didn't fit.
With your permission, I would like to discuss the input tax on herrings.
My wife doesn't answer my letters. They tell me she changed my son's name. And has forbidden him to mention me. Of all the human emotions, the most ridiculous is self-pity. Wipe your nose. I was younger than you, only 10 years old when they first sent me away from home to school in France. Queer little runt of a foreigner. Poor, shy, lonely, rebellious. Perfect target for beatings. The first oath I swore was never again to allow myself to be humiliated. I believe in myself.
Open your shirt, please.
Power is my art. I love it. The way a musician loves his instrument.
Deep breath. Thank you. I prefer power in the hands of the people.
Don't be an idiot. The people haven't the faintest idea how to govern themselves.
Lie down, please.
Every day, power gets more faceless. Won't be long before the world is run by machines.
A million anonymous, efficient, miserable little clerks like Sir Hudson Lowe deciding matters of life and death by filling out forms in triplicate. What'll you do then, eh? The only way to tell if a bell is cracked is to strike it.
Josephine? Expensive. When she married me, she thought I was rich. And I thought she was.
The Italian attaché, pompous ass. Takes a bath with all his medals on. Be what you are. Reach for what you want.
What right have you to say I murdered my men in Syria?
Because it's the truth.
You're bringing charges. Splendid. Fact. At the Battle of Acre, we were starving, eating our camels and horses. Fact. When I had to retreat, I had barely the ships to move those who could still walk. Fact. The Turks have a charming way of mutilating prisoners. What was I to do? Leave my wounded to be tortured? Do you think there's always a choice between good and evil? Sometimes there's only a choice between horrors. I made Paris the center of culture. I was the founder of modern law.
While your secret police censored the mail, suppressed the news, jailed the opposition,
I opened the schools to the children of the poor.
and drafted them into the army.
France was perishing when I came to power, a country in chaos. I made her the greatest nation on earth. Every head of state is forced to commit acts which for an ordinary man would be crimes. You can't judge me the way a justice of the peace judges a peasant who steals a pig. When you judge me, you judge a people. The farmers who fed my troops, the mechanics who made my guns, the men who flocked to my flag. Do you think England defeated me? I failed because of the sea, the fire of Moscow, the ice of winter, the elements, and only the elements.
You good at the game?
Not very.
Right, then we'll play for stakes.
Is that the sound of a bell? Sound came into my head just then like the ringing of a bell. I'll be hearing voices next, like Joan of Arc. My first memories are of the bells that rang in the villages round our home. All those early dreams. We attract each other. It's a simple thing. Why make it complicated? The one thing I could always rely on was my body. The constitution of a pack horse. You brainless little idiot. Keep mistaking compassion for love and you'll end up marrying a drunkard, hmm? And the sharks are gathering, eh? Austria, Saxony, Russia. With their greedy eyes on Paris, sniffing, circling, waiting to close in for the kill. How will you stop them?
With troops, if necessary.
Oh, but that's so expensive. What a pity you can't find some iron-fisted soldier to put down the riots and rally the people, hmm? Like me in the old days. Happily, I've lost the appetite for power. Dreary business. We all have to die sometime, whether in bed or on the gallows is a minor detail. Sickness is a state of mind. War is an art, Omara. Beautiful and disciplined. Like music or pure mathematics. Sentimentality only cheapens it. When I go into battle, I never trouble to take food for all my troops. It stands to reason some of them will be killed. Why go to the bother of hauling provisions for corpses? These last few days, food tastes delicious. When I wake in the morning, everything is sharp and clear, startlingly clear. The way it is before a battle. It's not often I find an opponent nasty enough to make it interesting.
Goodbye.
I despise goodbye.